Greetings everyone, my name is Daniel and this is my first live upload, and I represent Simagave Agroforestry Initiative and Edenic Agroforestry Center out of Agave, Ghana, which is outside of Big Ada, Ghana. I am presently in Kampala, Uganda as a guest of O'Shea Duke Jackson, and I've been touring with his film crew, his media company called Kinganda. It's been an exhilarating experience. I had some time with him. He's people. He's good people. He loves our people. I mean, I got a chance to see everything. You know, his equipment, the studio, the front end, the back end, meet all his people. And he really laid me out. He laid me out. He took good care of me. I never met this man other than WhatsApp videos and a couple of collaborations, or, you know, be a part of a few panels on YouTube. And I always knew he was good people. I mean, I've always been a good judge of character. But he's definitely committed. There's no question he's committed. He is everything that he purports himself to be. You know, he's not as big of a trick as he claims. You know, I met his lady. I mean, she's beautiful. He's a good, upstanding man, and he's committed to delivering a great product. I mean, not only did he have great camera equipment, microphones, computer, he had backups, lenses, extra cameras, extra. I mean, he's invested. Those who have invested in him, he has invested in creating quality content. You know, he's not out here acting a fool with your money. So know that whatever crumbs, whatever amount of money you offer is going to expand on a business model. He has an attorney, accountant. I mean, he's done everything right. He's done everything right. And so, yeah, I've been touring Ghana with with Kinganda, and we went up to Arua City, which is the northwest corner of Uganda, which is near the Congo and Sudan, and it's an amazing place. I mean, the pride, the ingenuity of what I saw on these farms, because that was one of the benefits of coming, is, you know, I'm an agribusinessman, and even though I've been an investor in agriculture and the infrastructure of agriculture, I really never delved deep into the science of agriculture. You know, I know herbs, you know, I know basic stuff, but when it comes to a basic garden to producing acres of food and implementing whole irrigation systems and everything, that's new to me. You know, I don't claim to be the authority on that realm. So I came, we toured 8 farms, and the level of pride. These are regular, everyday people. These are not rich people. But, you know, they have a business model they either been expanding on, or they had some investment and started investing. And, you know, that area, Arua City, A-R-U-A City, which is in the northwest corner of Uganda, is the breadbasket. I mean, you can spit a seed in that land and it's going to produce. They provide a lot of food for South Sudan and the Congo. I mean, everything you can imagine, from greens, broccoli, tilapia, catfish, oh my goodness, mangoes, avocados, everything, sunflower seeds, sunflower oil. I mean, they are national heroes. I see farmers in a different way. You know, we've been taught to see farmers as dumb. Man, ain't shit getting done without agriculture, because whoever has a direct connection to your nutritional content or the nutritional needs that your body have to to not only exist, but to thrive. That's a very intimate relationship you have with, the farmer and the food. A lot of the problems we have today is because of, how agriculture has gone anti-nature. There's no winning going against nature. There are consequences for everything that we do, including going against nature, using certain chemicals, to produce so-called food. It may look like lettuce or cucumbers or whatever it is, but it's not a cucumber or lettuce. So I have a reverence for agriculturalists. I grew up, we had a garden. My grandfather's uncle had a nice sized garden. My grandfather, my father's father, and my grandmom had a nice sized garden. We always ate out the garden. Yeah, we had pigs and chickens and, maybe even eat a turtle every now and then. But, we ate a lot of our food off the land, and we did a lot of canning. I mean, we would spend days canning. We made our own jellies. I mean, everything. That's why my brother and I are probably on another level now, because we ate from the soil. We played in the dirt. We ate out the dirt. And so we have a sensitivity towards nature. And, but the point of my video today is masculinity. We've been hearing high value men, and I respect to Kevin Samuels and those in the manosphere who are highly articulate and know the numbers and the data and the statistics, uncovering all these disgusting lies and these narratives that have been pushed about black men. Not saying there aren't degenerates, but the vast majority of black men are not degenerate. We're not deadbeat fathers. We're not broke. I can emphatically say from my experience, and I have people who, I got receipts. I've never been broke. I've made bad decisions, but I've never been broke. I've always been able to manifest and make things happen. What I was high value before Kevin Samuels made it, a part of African American, made it a part of African Americans' daily reality. I've been making $100,000 a year. That's nothing new. Been doing that since 2007. That was my first year I made $100,000. Did I profit $100,000? No, but I made $100,000. So, understanding business, moving in and out of the U.S., living in different countries. I think it's time for us to consider, in addition to all of the things that have been promoted as high value, we need to also add having a direct access to food and water. Yes, winter is coming. And the first thing that people are going to suffer from, from these hard times, is the lack of access to adequate food to feed our mind, body, and soul, and adequate water to hydrate us. I've been pondering over this for years. O'Shea been on me for about 5 years to have a YouTube channel, but black folks are messy. I don't want y'all in my life like that. I don't need the money. But I see that I do have something of value that I should be sharing, hopefully to inspire, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, either attach yourself to somebody who has a vested interest in agriculture so you can be adequately fed in the worst of times, or you grow food yourself. I'm a 25-year vegan, and I can't imagine eating animal flesh. It's nothing I don't think about it. It never crosses my mind. But for those who do, that's your choice. You have to live with those decisions. But you can have an aquaponics system in your bedroom, in your spare bedroom, or in your basement, or your crawl space under your house. It doesn't take a lot of space. You can grow mushrooms. You can grow food out of Tupperware containers. You can grow fish out of Tupperware containers. Please, brothers and women who like black men, you know, we need to have these conversations. You know, I'm in agribusiness. I am directly connected to the people. You know, I could have been profitable 5 years ago. I'm just now starting to make profit in 2021 after having my land for 8 years. I could have easily went the chemical route. My land is right next door to a river. I have riverfront property. You know, I have 450 meters of river access. But I choose to go the organic route, the organic chemical-free route, because I love my people. I'm not going to eat it. Why would I want to sell it? So in addition to the high value narrative, the high value conversation, we desperately need to introduce agriculture, having direct access or be in proximity of those who have access, because the system can collapse at any time. We don't own this shit. You know, it's not ours, and we don't control it. You know, we barely can keep our families together or our neighborhoods together. So we're not running anything on a national level. I mean, we have to consider removing 10, 15%, 20, maybe even 50% or more of the control that others have over our nutritional needs. We need to put that back in our hands at all costs. How can being a high value man, having all kind of money, but you're going to be reduced to a common thief without the agriculturalist, without having direct access to food? Shit hits the fan. I mean, we should have learned from Katrina. See, Katrina inspired me years ago because I delivered water in New Orleans during Katrina. I've been not a first responder, but, you know, as a truck driver, they'll contract us and we'll bring trailers, we'll bring water, we'll bring all kind of stuff. I've seen the devastation of hurricanes and, you know, society collapse. And, you know, we should have saw something in Texas. Texas don't get freezes like that. People's houses was decimated. They was frozen. They couldn't go anywhere. You know, we should be learning from when the power grid is down for 3 or 4 days in Atlanta because of a little snow. Things like that should inspire us, but we spend more time talking about women we don't want, or women that do not want us. Men still crying about women, and here we are with, you know, the country talking about they running out of money. Now, of course, we know it's going to get worked out, but inflation is crazy. Shortages in the logistics chains is crazy. And we still talking about females? Females? Are y'all that desperate for women? This is fucking amazing. I mean, females and who they choose to lay up with. But you are 100% dependent on a grocery store. Okay, yes, I understand the gripes. I understand the frustrations. But your stomach, has anybody ever studied what happens in society when it collapses and when there's, you know, a run on the banks, run on the grocery stores? Yeah, there's no food. Do people even think to consider what happens when you're really hungry? The mild discomfort you have after, you know, 4 or 5 hours after eating is not hunger. Most of the time, you just dehydrated. We as men got to step our game up. We can talk about women and farm too, or be associated with somebody who is farming. You know, we have to celebrate our farmers. They heroes. They putting in that work. This shit ain't easy. It ain't promised. I'm just blessed to have riverfront property and have the money for irrigation systems, but other people have to depend on the rain. And if the rain don't come, there's a food shortage, which means the cost of goods is going to go higher. We have to reprioritize our conversations and how we look at the world and what do we really want. How can you be crying about women and their choices and the bad decisions that they make, and you don't have no infrastructure in place to take care of a woman? If Kroger shut down, you fucked. Both of y'all going to be arguing about who's going to have to sell ass to get some food if society collapsed. See, people used to think I was crazy. I've been reading about this stuff since 1994. That was the first time I got my hands on Behold the Pale White Horse and learning about all these other secret societies. I've been watching this stuff unfold for years. You know, there's been a lot of misses and there have been some hits. But masculinity must encompass controlling your infrastructure. How do you purify water? Are you if you're in an area where it's not illegal to catch water, harvest rainwater. Get into canning. Yeah, you can have your gripes about women, but okay. Do you know how to preserve food, or you and your woman even go on YouTube? If you do have women or a woman in your life, do y'all go and look at ways to preserve food? Do you know what to grow in the wintertime if you in Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, New York? Our priorities are way off. Women should be the last thing on your mind. If you don't control your infrastructure or have an association with somebody who has your vested interest at heart, where, hey, bro, here's $300 a month. You grow all you can, and bring a box or whatever arrangements you have. I think it's Local Farms. That's out of Dublin, Georgia. They used to do that. An amazing brother. His name escapes me right now. Amazing brother. Bring boxes. You invest in him, he bring a box of vegetables every week. Do that. Do something other than complain about females. Get over that dumb shit, man. That stuff is... Okay, they made bad decisions. You don't like their decisions. Okay, what you gonna do? One thing I learned through Stoicism, focus only on what you control. We only control ourselves. But when you're about your business, you do have a measure of control of others, because if you're about your business and you're a man of integrity, you can inspire others to believe in you and work with you. I have 12 employees. Of those 12 employees, I have one manager and two supervisors. Those 3 I know have bought into my vision and my plan. And I have an agriculturalist who come in. So that's 4 men. 4 men I've been able to inspire to take my dreams and help me make it reality. And, but I'm in a privileged position. So I'm not here to down talk anybody. I'm here to hopefully to inspire you to think differently and to look at the world and really be concerned about where we are. Nobody cares a damn about black men, especially if you're not a producer. But one thing I know, regardless of what you believe and how you feel, that stomach rules all. We are all servants of our stomach, especially if you have children, if you have loved ones that you care about. Because if you don't have your business in order, hunger is not the way you want to go. You don't want that. You don't wish that on anybody. Hunger is, dying of hunger or dehydration is a very excruciating way to go. So with all that being said, I hope I reached someone. I'll be uploading more. I love black men and women. I love people in general. I'm a servant. You know, I don't care for the messiness and the drama, but, you know, I don't have to participate in that. I just want to see us win. I would love to see us restructure and build our families if possible. You know, I know there's a lot of deep concerns, and I'm not going to ask no man to settle no more than I ask a woman to settle. But at the end of the day, you got to put in some work, and we got a lot. We need to redirect our focus to controlling as much of our food and where it comes from as fast as possible, because every other community have communities and community gardens and relationships from the pork to the trucks to the plate. We are 100% dependent on an infrastructure, and for those who may say white supremacy, well, what are you gonna do to remove white supremacy out of your life? You can't scream white supremacy and be going to their grocery stores. At least that's one thing you control. There's all kind of YouTube channels, people making bank with an extra bedroom. They growing food in extra bedrooms, the basement, the backyard, making money. So not only do you save money because you have food security, but you're making money. I mean, it only makes sense, and it doesn't require a lot of time. You can work 2 hours a day. You really don't require 2 hours a day. If, depending on what you're growing, it may only take a couple of hours a month of maintenance. And you have your food secured, and you possibly have an income stream to offset the inflation. I mean, one tomato seed can produce up to 30 pounds of tomatoes. And we all eat tomatoes, sauce, salsas, sandwiches. It only makes sense. So let's redirect our focus. Stop crying about these females. They're going to do what they want to do. Some are way too far gone. Don't even acknowledge them. You know, the best way to hurt somebody is really to ignore them. If you really want to get a person's attention, if they got any soul left, is to ignore them. Don't even acknowledge them. Focus on what you need to be doing. That should be the only conversation going forward. No black man should be crying about women and she slept with Pookie and Ray Ray and had 6 kids by 12 different males. That's bitch made. That's low vibrational stuff. So what? The college girl, you know, the college prom or whatever the hell. Oh my God, I listened to that stuff almost messed up my relationship. Now I'm taking on other people's problems and, you know, scrutinizing, you know, my lady. Yeah, and she on her business. I mean, I come home at 1 o'clock in the morning, you know, food on the plate. I mean, food waiting, warm, getting bathed, getting attention if I desired it, and had 4 or 5 days worth of food ready for me to take over the road. You know, I understand the concerns, but we need to redirect all our focus on what we need to be doing, because that's the only thing we control, is what we choose to think and what we choose to do with our hands and our feet. So shout out to Dr. O'Shea Duke Jackson for bringing me to this beautiful country and treating me like royalty and making sure I'm well fed and in a very nice, comfortable place. Allowing me to tour with his great, talented team. Shout out to my family and my friends who supported me, who believe in me, who are depending on me to be the best man that I can be and be a forward-thinking, solution-focused man. You know, I'm a servant at heart. I love intensely. I love my family. I love my friends. I love those who are family focused, heterosexual family focused. I mean, I don't have no problems with anybody else's choices. I prefer the heterosexual side of the family, and their concerns and their needs, and making sure their families get what they need to be a thriving, hopefully healthy, productive man and woman in society. So thank you for your time. I look forward to uploading more struggle videos from my Note 10. But, I'm just here to serve, and I hope what I've shared makes sense and resonates and causes you to think and move differently. Let's do all we can to solidify and strengthen our weak areas, which is we are too dependent upon a society that have no love for us. What's your backup plan when your money can't buy you the things you need? Do you have a backup plan? I mean, you should have it, what they say, 4 to 6 months saved. Do you have 4 to 6 months worth of food? 5 minutes without air, a week without water, and 2 to 3 weeks without food. It's a wrap. So please consider what I'm saying. It comes from a place of love. I just want to see us win. I would love to see many beautiful black men and women and people in general, people who are wholesome, survive what I see is coming. I'm deeply concerned, and I hope, brothers, we got to redirect our attention. We don't the ones who can fix this situation. I'm not asking you to take whatever labors, whatever fruit that come from your labor, and share it with those you feel are unworthy. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, do you have your personal needs met? Do you have 3 months worth of food and provisions set aside? Let's stop talking about the females. Now, if you got your business in order and you still want to spend time talking about those type of females and what they should be doing and what they're not doing and how much debt they got and how many kids they got, well, that's on you. But at least you got 3 months worth of food, 6 months worth of food. You have the things you need to protect yourself and your food. So thank you for your time. This is Daniel of Simagave Agroforestry Initiative and Edenic Agroforestry. I hope you hear me and know that, again, this comes from a place of love. Thank you for your time.